Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. So in my last video, I gave us a bull case scenario and a bear case scenario. It was our job to wait and watch and react. The bull case was a breakout of this 484.5 level, and then the bear case scenario, we was watching for a potential evening star pattern. Unfortunately, Bears did not get the evening star pattern, and Tuesday we ended up closing at 484.86, breaking out the 1.5 Fibonacci extension level that did lead to a gap up this morning, going as high as 488.77. We can watch that level as a resistant level now. But from there, looks like bulls had no strength. End of day, we had this false breakout setup of this 488 level that I was watching. False breakout setup, didn't have to call a top, and it did lead to a decent move to the downside with the market makers doing their best trapping the bulls along the way as it dropped down lower. Not much of a move, but a decent intraday level to level style move. False breakout setup, trade with the traps. When you're not sure what to do, trade with the traps. But despite that bearish intraday move, it did not lead to a breakdown of critical support, which is that 484.5 level. I say here, don't call tops, call out the traps. So we're going to call out the traps. The trap that I'd like to see if I was a bear is a breakdown of this 484.5 level, or even a gap down. The more support we break down, it's good for bears. Okay, 44.5. I got 42.7 as a support. If those levels fail, 480 and 478.6 is a possibility, which is another Fibonacci support level that I have. But overall, the bottom line is, the point is, below 484.5 would be bearish. Why? Because we broke it out Tuesday. So a break back below would give us that false breakout setup that usually put in tops. However, if bulls some way somehow keep the price above 484.5, that means the breakout from Tuesday stays intact, but we'll have to clear some resistant levels. Okay, resistant levels I'll be watching is 46.5 and today's high at 488.7. If that level clears, 490.49 would be a target, because that's my 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, and above that would be, of course, new all-time highs, and I don't have no levels till 498.93, very close to 500. Can we hit the 500? Who knows? Okay, we got the bull case and the bear case. We're just looking to react. This is not a prediction channel. I'm just giving you guys trade ideas based on each scenario, and my approach to this is just to look to react, play it level to level. If you're looking for swing trades, swing trade with the traps. Apply the same principles I apply on level to level trading, but you do it on a bigger time frame. Trade with the traps, swing trade with the traps. So below 484.5, what I would do if I was swing trading that is take some profits at my first target, which would be at 42.7, and then hold the rest. Okay? Or if you don't want to do that because maybe you got small size, or maybe you're trying to go for a home run, remember, if you're going to do that, always put risk management before anything else. That means if you're shorting on the breakdown of 484.5, you want your stop loss to be on the recapture of 484.5. Cut your loss if it breaks down and then it recaptures, just cut your loss. Otherwise, if it breaks down, I would short. That would be a good possible swing short. All right, swing traders. Otherwise, for the rest of us, like me, I'm going to play it level to level. If I do want to swing trade, I'm going to swing my runners. All right. Triple Q, similar situation with SPY where we gapped up to new highs, but intraday with selling pressure. Had this 426.7 level. That's a Fibonacci extension level. it broke down intraday, so gapped above it, but broke down intraday. Couldn't defend as support. So to be bullish, it needs to recapture that level, 426.7, to trigger new highs, possibly up to 428 and maybe to 430.5. Okay, otherwise below 426.7, I like to see a breakdown of the 425 level to trigger more shorts. Put in 423.7, 421.7, and 419.6 in play. Those are fib levels. Okay, and if they break down, I'll be bearish. All right, guys, here is Tesla. Holy moly, Tesla. It's been looking bearish, since July of last year, 2023. Been in downtrend here, guys, and with earnings reported today, it looks like the bearishness is continuing. This is a beautiful move to the downside. But keep in mind, a lot can happen because it's aftermarket. If you're trading shares, you should be fine. If you're taking profits and stuff, covering your shorts. If you're trading options, hopefully you didn't take on too much risk, but hopefully this works out in your favor. It's looking bearish still, and we had this pivot low back from October of 2023. We're getting very close to testing it thanks to earnings. So yeah, it's just looking bearish still. But I tell you this, if we do get a double bottom, I like to see it test. And if we do bounce, I'll only trust the bounce when we clear resistant levels. Okay. So I have to give you guys the levels. Fib level is at 202.3. Of course, 200. And I got one at 198. And one at 195. Okay, so if we test 193.8, which was October's low, I like to see it recapture a bunch of those levels. Otherwise, if we don't go test it, remember I got that fib level at 203.38. I like to see it clear. And then I had a pivot low here. This pivot low for Monday around 206.27. Okay, that'll be a resistance level I'd watch. Tesla's, if you're bullish, Tesla's gonna have to recapture those levels to trigger some type of bounce, relief rally, or something, and possibly can go test the higher targets again. All right, I definitely got that 209, 210.5, 212, 213.5. There's a critical level at 217.44, and then above that's 219. Gonna have to clear those levels, otherwise it's still looking bearish. But yeah, if it wants a double bottom, potential bottom, 193.8, we'll see reaction there. Okay. NVDA is a 15-minute chart. I'm going a bigger timer. It just keeps making higher highs. It opened today at 603. I mentioned to my group, guys, stay bullish above 602. Did I mention 602 and 600, something like that? And man, it just bounced to 628.49 high today. Holy moly. So I'm looking at this big old candle. I got some fibs on this big old candle. So levels that I'd be watching, I had to change my levels up based on these candle highs and lows for today because the moves are just so big. But yeah, support that I have right now is at 614. 610.5, 607, and 605.6. Those are the current support levels that I have. Break those down, could see some more beautiful moves to the downside. But as of right now, I don't know, some way, somehow, this stock still look like it wants to go up. It's unbelievable. Next resistance I have is at 16.3. That level clears, possible we head up higher, up to 620, 621.6, and maybe, just maybe, all the way back up to 628.49. All right? Please use these levels to help guide your trades and play the traps. IWM, bearish candle right there. Getting very close to retesting my pink trend line. We recaptured the pink trend line back last Friday. It did lead to a beautiful move to the upside, but I tell you, it needs to, if it's going to test it, it needs to bounce and confirm the recapture, because if that pink line is lost, which is at 194, I also have a fib level at 193.3. So around that zone, if that level's low, it's going to get real bearish in my opinion. And this high right here from Tuesday and Wednesday could be a lower high. Okay, so below 194 and 193, get bearish. For if it's going to bounce, I like to see it recapture 197 to put 199 gap fill, possibly all the way back up to 203 in play. Okay, here is Apple. Well, I'm gonna use some. Where's my moving average? Yep, it's okay. So the 20 crossed back below the 50. I tell you, it's looking interesting here. Looking interesting. Okay, so I have support. I have support at 193.8, 192.2, and 191.2. Okay, if we're gonna be bearish, I like to see these levels fail. And if they do, we could go to retest the 50. The 50 is now at 190.5. I tell you, we lose that 50, I'd definitely be bearish on it. Okay, you see how big those green candles were, but now it's starting to get smaller, which is kind of a sign that volatility is dropping and somebody's losing some strength. Okay, so but yeah, we'll need the price action to confirm if we're gonna drop to the downside or not. So watch those levels. We could chop and consolidate to build more strength to cool the RSI off or something. But if it does want more upside, 196 and 198 are still the two levels that must clear to trigger more upside. Amazon gapped up. Let me do some new stuff here. Boom. Okay. Let me change the color. So now we got some new levels. This high was 155.63. Let me put that there. And this low was 144.05. Now we have accurate fib levels from this high down to this low. And look what happened here when it hit the 1.236 fib level. That was at 158.3-ish. Got some selling pressure, okay? So if there's going to be follow through, 155.6 is the level that must break down to put 153, 151.2, 149.8, and 148.4 all back in play, okay? And to be bullish, they got to cancel this selling pressure and clear this 158.3 level to put 160 and possibly 161.4-ish in play, okay? Meta, it's just, what is it? It's just hot popping. Went up to 396 today. Got some selling pressure there. I do have support at 387.8-ish and 384.3. Two levels to watch. If Meta wants to pull back, it's going to have to break down those levels. 384.3 is just an important level too. If I scroll to the left, that was the previous all-time high level. So we're going to have to get a false breakout. If you're a bear, you need that false breakout of that level to trigger a deeper pullback. Otherwise, Meta might continue just making new highs. Netflix reported earnings. Didn't quite react to earnings like Tesla did. Do your fundamental research, guys. It's not a fundamental channel. There's a reason why, but I don't cover that stuff. But I will tell you this. It's looking bullish, gapped up, and it cleared this 538.5 level. That's a fib extension level and continue to go higher. It did manage to close at 544.8. So with that being said, because that was the last critical level that cleared, that will be the critical level to watch on whether to be bullish or bearish. So above it, bullish because it keeps the breakout intact. And of course, if it breaks down, that is when I would switch to bearish. And we could possibly get a decent move to the downside. I mean, look at that gap. Look at that gap. That's a big old gap. Can it fill the whole thing? Maybe. But it could possibly fill half. That's still a beautiful move to the downside. Okay, so 538.5, get bearish. Above it, stay bullish. You could possibly see more upside. Okay, Google It closed right at my Fibonacci extension level, which was at 150.3-ish. Okay, so that's the equilibrium level as well. If price is above it, bullish, 151.5 and 153 must clear to show follow through. If below it, that's bearish, but I have support. Well, you could try shorting today's lows around 149.8. So if it breaks down, you could possibly go for the gap fill around 148.6. And below that, I got 147.3 and another gap all the way at 145. So let's see if those gaps can get filled, okay? And last but not least, here is coin. Last I spoke about this, we was looking at this 128.5 level. We broke it down Thursday, back tested it on Monday, got a little indecisiveness on Tuesday, but today we got this decent red candle, very close to the 128.5 level. Overall, still looking bearish to me. Okay, so like I said, I can't get bullish on it unless 128.5 can clear. And then we also have this trend line, this downtrend line, based on this level for tomorrow's at 133.2. So those are the two levels to clear if you want to be bullish on coin. Otherwise, it's still looking bearish. If we break down 120, could possibly drop lower down to 118, maybe down to 114.6-ish. And I do got some levels around 109. Okay, guys. So that's what I have for you guys as far as the charting goes. Here's the dark pool level. 65% of activity came at 485.27. Premium was 2.1 billion. Holy moly. All right, add that level to your chart. And SPY. All right, 100K premiums or above. And it's bullish. QQQ is bullish. Someone buying the dip or something? IWM is bullish. Tesla's bearish. Okay. NVDA is bullish. AMD is bullish. Apple's bearish. Amazon is bullish. Bullish for Meta. Let's see what Netflix says. Oh, come on, man. I'm so sick of this. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. Once again, Cheddar Flow crashed on me. Apparently, it can't keep up with Uncle Charles is typing or whatever. All right. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.